9:34 here on Zito and Garrett with our guest in studio, Tom Arnold.
Yeah!
What's up, Tom?
Man, I'm just looking at the pictures on the wall down here.
Yeah, you like those over there?
Yeah, I do. Where are those young ladies?
They're not here.
And they were here promoting just standing.
Yeah, they were.
Wow!
They were at some. We were trying to get you to come to a strip club yesterday. I was out.
You know what? I got permission from Ashley.
You did?
Yeah, if I was the
fiancé.
boss,
I
I swear to God that club owners are notoriously known as scumbags. And,
No exception with Captain Brian.
I said I got to know him in the car ride, and I said, he mentioned something. And she goes, "We'll do it." She goes, "Yeah, you're not having a real bachelor party." I said, "He seems like a decent guy. He's got a restaurant. If he's a good guy, do it." And she's got no jealousy. She knows I'm only there to look and touch. But what I tell you on the way here?
You told me you got the okay.
I got
I'll
the go
pass.
ahead to go with you guys. If you guys are, you guys are decent, normal guys. I don't drink or anything,
Okay.
so I'm, but we can have some laughs, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have some laughs, man.
Yeah. I've had a lot of laughs. You know what's really funny?
What's that?
When they unbutton the top of your pants. So anyway, no, I'm kidding. I have to do that because I'm fat. So you know what I'm like.
Oh, wait a second, but you're not. You
look like you
look
good.
like you work out now or something.
Well, I do work out, but standing next to you and me have the same deal.
Yeah, you've got big boobs.
Well, I don't have quite as big a boobs as you, but you're like my
Doppelganger.
No, I need a picture of you on my refrigerator. No, I need to work.
Like wagging my fingers.
I need to lose some weight. I need it, and walking outside here is an excellent way to lose weight.
Yeah,
because
hot.
geez Louise, you do not need assisted suicide. Just take Grandma outside. Hey, Grandma, go out in the backyard for a while. What happened to Grandma? The humidity. She's gone. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the weather since I've got here. It's been beautiful. It stormed, it rained monkeys, and now I don't know what weather is outside now. It's just
It's going to rain today between 3 and 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Like it does every day of the summer. Yeah.
perfect. I love it. It's like Hawaii.
So where'd you come from, L.A.?
Yep.
Okay.
I was in Houston last weekend. Went back to L.A. to film the start of football season, some commercials,
Right.
and then I do a comedy show. And I'm here. I'm really glad to be here.
I love your face.
Yeah.
Your face is like a Mount Rushmore face.
Yeah.
It's very like.
It's huge, is what you're saying.
No,
Look at that face.
No, but I have a size 8 head.
Okay.
Like seriously, like your hat.
Right.
You probably don't let people put your hat on. Do you?
I'll let you put
Let me
it
get-
on. Yeah.
Like it's a
absolutely.
fitted 8. Like people say, one size fits all.
it's like.
And you look at your hair. If I had hair like that, I would never wear a hat. Why
Yeah.
are you doing that?
Yeah, it's good hair, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like homeless guy hair. But I do have a big face. We both got big faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got your face as character. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got good. You have a lot of good. You have good eyes.
Well, thank you.
You do.
What is what's happening?
Well,
I love you.
I feel when I look at his eyes, I feel something like but like compassion.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seems like a sweet guy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's a pretty sensitive guy.
Yeah, I can tell that by looking at his eyes.
But today.
But now that I'm looking at his eyes, it's starting to get creepy. Yeah. It's like I did this movie called Happy Endings, and Maggie Gyllenhaal was my girlfriend, believe it or not, and obviously it was a movie, and we had a sex scene.
Right.
And the director's like, it's just going to be me and the cameraman, you and Maggie, you guys figure out how you're going to do it. And I was like, all I know is I'm going to be on the bottom, because you don't want that bad. But it's a shot from the side, and that overhang that we have.
Yeah.
So she's like, I've done a million of them. She just got to do secretary. She goes, I'll be in charge, because she's the aggressor. And so we started doing it. She grabs my hands, puts them on her boobs, and she's like naked. I'm like trying to be not too excited, but a little bit, like halfway. I don't want to go the other way either. But the director whispered, "What I need you to do is grab her face and say, 'Look at me,' and look her in the eyes." That's going to be the surprise for her in this, because she plays a woman that uses sex as a weapon, whatever. It's a really sweet movie, Happy Endings, by Don Royce. And so she was so strong. And it was hard, but when I finally got her to stop, because it wasn't in the script, I grabbed her face and said, "Look at me," and we made eye contact, and I was like, oh my God, this is way more intimate than sex. And I mean, to look somebody in the eyes, once you start, you can't stop. And then, I was in love with her.
Right.
And then we had the weekend we shot Breaking Up. I knew we were shooting the scene, and I don't want to ruin the movie because it has a happy ending. But my wife at the time was like, "What is with you? Why do you have her picture on your desk that you're just staring at forlornly?" It's a tough weekend. So I went to the director. I go, Maggie and I feel that we should not break up because we. And he goes, "Do you really feel that, both of you guys?" And we were like, "Yeah, good. Because you're breaking up." But I want you to feel bad about it.
Tom Arnold is our guest this morning on Zito and Garrett. Catch him this weekend at Captain Brian's Off the Hook Comedy Club in Marco Island, 389-6900. Call for tickets or log on to offthehookcomedy.com.
It's going to be a crazy, crazy show. And anything you want to know, we will answer.
Yeah.
Pictures, anything signed. But also, it's been fun. Been on the road. This is the first club I booked for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about 9 months in LA, then the last month or so on the road. But the captain over here is the first person that booked me. Because I didn't know if anybody would book me. I do a lot of corporate stuff, and I've been to 70 movies, four good ones. And,
Big Bully, I got to tell you, that's probably one of my favorite movies.
You know what? That could have been better. It could have been better because it's really
if I played Moranis' role, could have been great.
I beat the crap out of him in real life. I cannot stand him. He'd be like dropping. I was having lunch with Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford used to be a carpenter. And I said, "Harrison, how much would you charge me to do my living room?" And Harrison said, "My fee," which is like $20 million. Right. And I'm like, "Yeah." But he hated me. When I got rough with him, he really hated me.
It's real. You really don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him because he didn't like me.
Okay.
He just thought of me as just a scumbag, probably. Yeah. And he was I was the star of the movie. And you could tell he openly, like, he did not trust me to any stunt stuff.
Right.
And I remember Hugh Grant, a movie I did before that called 9 Months, and I was supposed to swing at Hugh Grant, and I said, "It looked like I hit you. I've done it. Jesus, help me catch him." The corner with a bloody nose. He's like, but Hugh Grant and I had so much fun. I can't even tell you.
In that movie, you played like the nutty brother-in-law that was like encroaching on their time alone.
Right. I was so happy to be a father. Jodie Cusack was my wife.
Right.
And I love being a father. I basically played Chris Columbus, who was the director in his real life. And Hugh and Julianne Moore, who, by the way, Julianne Moore at the time liked me.
Really?
And I made a big mistake. I mean, she's happy with her husband now. Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
But you had a shot.
Yeah, like she's a really decent person.
Right.
And she actually, for some reason, liked me, and I can't ever. I'm always shocked when somebody likes me.
Yeah, why? Why are you shocked?
Because it's me.
You're very charismatic.
Because it's me.
Listen, see, they're trying to get me to be the same conversation. I'm always downplaying myself, Tom. And they're telling me.
He's talking to me what a pile he is.
He says, "What?
Be a badass.
Be a man.
Be a badass."
Well, I can't be that. It's just something about us.
I'm better than you, Tom.
But you know what? It's funny because she didn't like Hugh, and Hugh was her boyfriend. And like Hugh, one time, she was hitting it in the movie, and then he kind of bit her hand, and she's like, "Ow!" And then I stepped on her foot so hard that it would have broke it. She goes, "That's okay, Tom." And he was like, "Bloody hell! You can do anything you want, And but she was very nice.
Do you think that you could have got her? You're saying you could have.
I could have dated her. Yeah.
So what did you do? Did you just were you a little scared? Did you back off?
She was too good for me. I felt like first of all I knew I could. She just come for shortcuts. I knew she was one of the best actresses working.
Right.
She is seriously. I knew she would be a good mother. I knew all these things, and I just couldn't. And I was involved. I think I might have been married, but it was at the end of a marriage. But she was so nice to me that I just there could have been, could have, should have, would have. But I'm sure she does much better. Her husband now is much better, and it's just somebody that she saw something in me that most people don't. Right. I could tell. And she was extra sweet. And then we filmed for 5 months, and then Robin Williams came on at the end for 3 weeks. He just done Mrs. Doubtfire with the same crew.
Right.
So it's like Hugh and I's move. The crew guys were our guys. But when Robin comes, everybody loves him 10 times more than they love you.
Right.
And so we sit in the corner and Robin be entertaining them between takes, and they just loved him. We're like, screw him, Jesus. Wow, but because he is the nicest guy in the world. He just is, and so what can you do?
Tom Arnold, our guest this morning on Zito and Garrett. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
You know, like I said, my sponsor told me, it's just as sick to think, your shit doesn't stink as it is to think you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, to think that, I'm a piece of coffee, that's just, we got to meet in the middle.
You know what it is with me? I am the most arrogant, self-loathing person out there.
No, I am.
That's how I find my medium.
Big ego, low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Just like every other addict.
Yeah.
And, it's like Steve Perry always said to me, after a concert, he'd come and go to the green room, and he tells manager, "Where is everybody? Get him in here and keep him away from me." But that helped me a lot because it forced me to say, this thing about saying I'm a piece of crap, what I'm done. That doesn't fly either.
Yeah.
So somewhere in the middle, there's a documentary called Overnight.
Right.
You have got to read it. It is about the guy that wrote Boondock Saints, which is a movie.
Yeah.
His ego, he went from bartender to writer to, his ego got so freaking crazy with his music and his writing that he ruined his life, basically. And it's one of those people I say, I wish I could be one of those people. I meet him outside of Mr. Chelsea. They're like, "Hey, this is my CD. I'll be blowing up in about 6 months. You'll be working for me." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." I believe them. They believe themselves so much.
Right.
I'm like, they go, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I got some movie." I don't know. But he's serious. So somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
The healthy way is to, we're all humans.
Right.
We're not perfect. He's obviously better looking than we are. But maybe we have better personalities than he does. Somehow we have something. Or maybe not.
I think, Tom, everybody that we ever meet, though, you are very easy to get along. You're very friendly, very outgoing.
We've talked to you I think
very
2 or 3
real.
times.
Yeah, you have.
You're very
It's
real
nice to
guy.
see
Very
you.
easy. It's very easy to talk to you.
Yeah, well, it's easy. You guys could make it. You guys, it's what you do is a hard job. I tried to do it. I told one of the Clear Channel one of these guys, I said, "I'm not going to sign up for anything, but let's just practice it."
Right.
It's way harder than I could have done the show that Craig Ferguson does.
Right.
But you kind of got to be nice. You got to get a team. Writing is important.
Right.
Yeah.
Your hours are tough. You got to have chemistry. It's a family.
It takes time. Yeah.
It takes time. It's hard. You have to be smooth enough to know when to slide in and slide out and do this.
takes a
Throw
long time.
in the middle of my thing about him. Know that have that kind of information in your head. That's why Howard Stern and people that are great, like yourselves, can get you to talk about anything.
Right.
It doesn't seem like they've asked you a weird question about
You
sex.
think you're on the radio, or it's a
No.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize it would go that way. I thought it would be fun." Okay,
Right.
but they like me to come back because they can, talk. Letterman, we always do a thing with the producer.
Oh, I saw you on. It was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Letterman went completely off the list like he always does and starts talking to me seriously about marriage and why it would be different this time. And he genuinely, for some reason, like a lot of people don't like me, but there's the ones that do are like, they don't like a lot of other people.
Right.
So it's an honor, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know how to explain that. I know it doesn't sound right, but they do because they feel better about themselves or because they don't all be, honest or whatever. There's stool softener here.
Yeah, that's. We'll talk about that if you'd like to.
Yeah, can I get a little bag?
Yeah.
I'm gonna travel a lot. Seriously, do like a Ziploc.
Take the whole bottle.
I had a motorcycle wreck. I broke my scapula.
Yeah.
My right scapula. So I might have to see it. I figure Florida's the place that has doctors.
Yeah. Dr. Shopping too down here.
Well, Dr. Shaw, yeah, that's scary. But, fit a lot of broken bones, probably hips and stuff. There's a lot of old people from my hometown down here. So they probably know the drill.
Right.
But I've never,
What is that gum you're chewing?
Oh, Nicorette.
Okay.
Nicorette,
Quit
yeah.
smoking?
Well, I never smoked.
Did you
really?
Wait,
I
did
mean,
you swallow it?
No. I smoke cigars.
Oh, okay.
Like 20 a day.
But did you just swallow the
No,
gum?
I'm chewing it. I got a hit there.
Okay.
I chewed a little bit. Good question, though. But
It's 9:49 here on Zito and Garrett with our guest in the studio, Mr. Tom Arnold.
Buddy.
Performing at Captain Brian's Off the Hook Comedy Club in Marco Island, 389-6900 for tickets, or log on to offthehookcomedy.com. Tom,
This weekend, man. What do you want to see?
Can I see that tattoo? You still got that tattoo?
I gotta
on
show
there?
you a couple things.
Okay.
First of all, if you want to see a tattoo of my ex-wife, it is gone.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
because I wanted to get laid eventually. Didn't they do a beautiful job?
It looks like nothing was ever
It
there.
was from the nipple to the collarbone. So painful. Those are two sensitive areas. The day we broke up, I started getting it removed. It took a year and a half. I still got this one, which is a Jewish star, which when I visit the Middle East for the USO, they're always like, yeah, keep that covered up, because if you're taking a hostage, you'll be killed first. Well, I want to be killed first, because there's a girl with us, and the last guy I just killed us make the fucking video. Oh, we can't say, I'm sorry. I apologize. Have to make the video.
Has to make the video.
Oh, but then I'm going to tell you about this scar right here. This is where Roseanne stabbed me, and I'll tell the whole story this weekend.
Really?
Wow.
But it was a double. You know when you stab, you have to put 2 sets of stitches. It's that deep. It was a butcher knife.
She stabbed you right there.
Yeah, because I crushed her. We were on a diet, and I crushed her cookies, and she just reached, and it was a reflex. But having her face on the left side,
Right.
she paused for a second. She probably would have stabbed me on the left side, but she didn't want to ruin the tattoo of her own face.
Right.
Yeah.
So I found out later the heart is on the left side.
Yeah.
So it probably saved my life.
Save your life.
Yeah.
Now, I see.
Oh, I gotta show you one more though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. This here, can you see this? Don't
He's
ever
lifting up his pant leg.
don't ever go to a biker to get a Chinese symbol. I said I want the Chinese symbol for love of mankind, and you see that. So I'm making a movie with Jet Li, and you want to figure out something to talk about, right? I'm like, hey, check this out, Jet. And he starts laughing. I go, what? He goes, man love. Man love. I go, no, that's love of mankind. And he goes, no. That is man love. There's two words, man love. So I keep that one. I keep this one so I don't have to get another one.
Boy, we are the same person. I have a Chinese symbol on my ankle that I thought meant
Wow.
talent,
Yeah, it's
and
just
it means nothing.
No, it's like a cross.
I don't know what
and
it
a
means.
fish hook.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Jesus help me catch a 40-pound bass. What did you really think it meant?
Talent.
That
Which
is the worst
obnoxious.
looking tattoo I've ever seen.
Well, how about this one?
Yeah.
Okay,
worse.
you're right.
I got bad
Say it
tattoos.
worse.
You got bad.
What's that? What's that would mean?
It's a fraternity tattoo.
For what?
Right on the ankle.
Sigma Pi.
Is that the fat one? Pi, Sigma Pi. That's what I want to
Well,
be.
no, they call it
Beta
Sigma
Pi.
High in college.
Well, I was a houseboy at the Tridell sorority house at the
Okay.
University of Iowa.
Oh, really?
And by the way, women are way dirtier than men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorority
And
girls.
they are smarter, but they're also dirtier. They're, as far as what they talk about. They all wear sweatpants, and it's just the illusion was broken for me by serving them meals.
Right.
And they get really pissy when they don't get their food on time, so they can barf it up. And but you were in a fraternity. What college?
University of Rhode Island.
Oh wow!
URI.
Wow!
Really?
Well, yeah.
Wow, I've never heard of that school, is what you mean.
No, I have heard of it because what's his name? The coach at UCLA ended up.
Tom Penders.
What is it?
Rick Pitino?
No, well, Rick Pitino. No, oh shoot, what was his name? He got in trouble. They ended up in Rhode Island, or maybe started in Rhode Island. A lot of people started in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But I heard
It's a good place to start your career.
Sarah
Leave.
Palin's thinking about moving there. I heard. I
Yeah,
swear
well,
to God. No, I swear to
She
God.
should. It's corrupt as hell.
I swear to God.
It's the most corrupt state in the Union, Rhode Island.
But are you serious?
Yeah, it's
You think it's more corrupt than New Jersey?
Yes.
Is
No,
there-
well, no. Those are the two.
By the way,
The two is New Jersey and Rhode Island.
But Rhode Island, Delaware, they have laws on the books that make it not as corrupt. But there's a lot of stuff that's allowed there that's not allowed
Right.
anywhere else except maybe the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know, you can have these corporations that are kind of shady.
Yeah.
Tell me about Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, the mayor of Providence, Buddy C.
Oh my God! I was supposed to play him. David Mamet wrote a movie. He asked me to play him. That's Rhode Island. I forgot where Providence was. I know this whole story.
This is a guy who when he was mayor the first time, went over to this guy's house who was who was sleeping with Buddy's wife.
Right.
And he took a state cop with him.
Yeah.
And beat him with fire poker.
Well, of course.
Peed on him.
Yeah.
And put a cigarette on him.
Yeah.
Went to federal prison for it.
What? Well, hold on. the guy is messing with his wife.
Right.
He should be able to do all of those things.
No man's land.
Stick the poker up the guy's ass.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's certain rules. We got certain kind of man laws.
That's what Buddy thought too.
Yeah.
The courts thought different. He went to jail.
Yes, I
He
knew
gets
that.
out. He serves a 15 years probation, has a talk show, gets reelected mayor again.
Well, so Barry
And then he got arrested again because he was skimming off of this whole other thing.
Ohio, Jim Traficante,
Yeah.
he's there. They're having a get out of jail party for him. I saw 600 tickets have been sold so far. See, people don't like in America if you pick on, like if people pick on Sarah Palin or when people start picking on George W. Bush. I do. They get elected. I mean, if they pick on her, she'll get elected in 2012.
Yeah.
You know, middle America does not like it. That's why I have a career. People pick on me. But I will do that movie.
Yeah.
David Mamet wrote a really funny script about that guy. I didn't know it was real.
Oh, it's real.
Oh,
He's
wow.
got his own spaghetti sauce, Buddy's sauce.
Yeah.
Old ladies, old Italian women will cry in the streets when he went to jail.
Well, I mean, that's why John Gotti, because he was good to his neighbors.
They loved
he
him.
Killed,
They loved him. His neighbors loved him.
Yeah. And, you know, there was a certain thing. That's why we should never have invaded Iraq. That was a stupid thing. I've been there. We should, because the whole thing is, they kept Iran at bay. They were like mortal enemies. They had a war that lasted 30 years over a 20-mile area. We knew he didn't have any weapons of mass destruction, but he wanted Iran to think he did. You know, he's like, dudes, come on, I gotta let them think I'm crazy, or else they're gonna come over here. George Sr. knew how to run a war. You do something stupid, you invade Kuwait, where we got our oil, and we're gonna blow the crap out of you for 48 hours, get out of there, you know. But we made a big mistake going into Iraq. We should have let Saddam Hussein just be who he was.
Be who you are, Saddam.
And now we got to deal with Iran, but Afghanistan's just, you know, yeah, we're
Tom,
going
what
to
do you
get
think
held
about
up.
what do you think about Barack Obama, Tom?
I think Barack Obama, I like him. He had the shortest honeymoon period in the history of the. My black friends are like, you know, he is half white. You know, they're like blaming him. But here's the thing: these healthcare things. If you weigh over 400 pounds, you should not be allowed to speak about how bad the healthcare system is. And you smoke 4 packs of cigarettes a day. So I like him a lot. I've liked him. You know, it's interesting. I had a show called The Jackie Thomas Show. And I had Jerry Ryan was on my show, who is an actress who eventually was on Star Trek. Very beautiful. But her husband was a senator from Illinois. And during their divorce proceeding, you know how women are, they put everything in there, even a no-fault state. And she mentioned that he wanted her to go to a sex club with him, which who wouldn't? And then so Barack Obama, state legislator, became a senator because of that sex thing, which eventually propelled him. In my home state, Iowa, the first caucus, we picked him over Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
So we started him. So we also have gay marriage in Iowa. Did you know that?
I did not.
Redneck. Do you know why? Because we hate gay people, and if we have to suffer, they have to suffer. Those bastards. Plus, it's good for the economy. More weddings. Gay weddings are unbelievable. No, we just don't care what other people do. We really don't. If you want to do something, and you know, and you're an adult, then go do it. If you want to smoke pot, if you want to, you know, Arnold's trying to get taxes on make pot legal so he can tax it. That's really smart.
I have
because
a plan.
California's #1 cash crop is marijuana.
Right.
It's stupid. And gay marriage will add $1.3 billion a year to the state economy.
I got to tell you though, Tom, I am against legalizing marijuana, and that's because I think the best part about pot is being kind of paranoid on the way home and making sure that you're not going to get caught.
But in California, you can get prescriptions.
I know.
Here's the thing, Snoop Dogg, and I swear to God, he's a friend of mine. He has a prescription for medical marijuana for his marijuana addiction.
Right.
That's a fact. That is a fact. So it takes a little bit of that fun. And any cop will tell you they'd rather take down a guy on pot than on booze.
I have a plan, though. We're talking about Afghanistan. I came up with this the other day.
Yeah.
If we legalized marijuana here in this country and turned all the poppy fields in Afghanistan into marijuana fields, and then you could go to a store and buy government-issue Afghani weed.
That's a really good idea.
Kidding me?
Oh my God, you get that hash. They should do the hash. Let me tell you something. I have seen those poppy fields, and we blame these farmers. We always blame the farmers. These guys make $1 a month.
Yeah.
And we're like, they're going, why don't we quit taking heroin? How about that? And I tell these kids, I've been sober a long time, and these kids are like, I'm a vegan, I'm politically, I don't, all this stuff. I go, really? But you stored heroin, you stored coke. I go, hey, what about that trail of the cocaine from Colombia? How many people do you think died on that trail that you're a part of? At least crystal meth, somebody made it in their bathtub. And,
it's a local guy.
From Iowa. But I think that, you know what? That is a really smart idea.
Give that one to Arnold. I know he's your friend.
Yes, I will do that. But we already grow so much marijuana that of course, we'd have an overload. But I don't think, people say it's a gateway drug. I never liked pot.
Yeah.
I went right to, I had booze. I tried pot, I didn't like anything down. And then cocaine. I found my dream drug.
Tom, with you, smoking pot, that kind of makes you come down. I'm just getting the vibe that you're a guy that likes to be jacked up.
Well, no, here's the thing. People never thought I was on drugs until I got off. Because as a kid, I was on Ritalin.
Right.
And I'm hyper, so cocaine, when I discovered it
That's
in
the opposite
probably
effect.
84, 85, it mellowed me out. And it was like, wow, this is just great. And pot and all that other stuff, forget it. So 89 was when I quit so far. I wasn't even drinking. Unless I thought I was having a heart attack.
So, you
and I'd chug a bottle of Rublowitz. Yeah.
20 years.
Well, if I made it December 10th.
Okay.
So let's just see how it goes today.
Okay.
And it's something that I work on.
You're really living. You're really working the program.
I'm trying.
One day at a time, aren't you?
I'm trying. Yeah, I have to. But as you can see by the Diet Coke and by
the 4 packs of Nicorettes.
I could be at food. I have food issues. And by the way, at the off the hook, they have good food there.
Oh, the
you
best.
like prime rib?
Yes.
Got a prime rib machine?
Yes.
Tell them all about it, Captain Brian. Costs $30,000 his prime rib machine.
Yeah. And is he a captain?
He's a captain.
Of what?
He doesn't have a boat.
Like Tennille of what? I was expecting some old salty dog or...
He's a young guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is very young.
But you have to call him captain.
You do have to call him. He's got Versace glasses.
He's very hip, I know.
You're like, Captain.
I know.
No, he's got... And so what I like is they cared about the food first, had a restaurant, then they put comedy in.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, okay, we put up a fake brick wall, and then we serve some chicken wings.
Yeah.
This is actual club, and then you can have a whole great night, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun, and I'm working with great comedians. Do you know the other comedians?
I know Artie Fletcher. He's been holding on line 1 for about 3 hours.
Okay, good. No. I mean, he's got to pay his dues. He's got to pay his dues, although he looks like he's about 70. And that's his. No. He's sponsored by Smirnoff. I like that. I'm looking at this thing. No. I heard good things about him from Greg Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Who I did his show. So it's gonna be. I'll make sure it's a good show.
So Tom,
he's great.
Are you married again or what?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged.
I'm going
Congratulations.
for 4th ring, just like Shaq and
Number
Kobe.
4.
Hey. She doesn't think that's funny, but they say the first one is the best, and that's not true. It was just the biggest. But this is it. And I know I've said that before, but when you turn, your priorities are so different. I didn't even start getting married until I was 30.
Right.
So I got a late start according to Iowa. My sister was 14. My mom was 16. So I got a late start, but man, I started piling them up. I'm just not a dater. And so I married my first wife, as you know. I met somebody who I met when I was 23. We were friends first. We messed up the friendship. We got married. Then the next person I met was a 21-year-old blonde college student.
I remember
I'm a
her.
35-year-old guy. I'm thinking, well, that's going to work out because I'm an idiot. I'm a guy. And then her name was Julia, and there's Shelby. So there's 2 hot blondes. There's a firewall between myself and Roseanne. People never talk about them. Ashley is, I would never marry a woman that does not have an obvious flaw. And her flaw is bad choices in men, obviously. but I like a woman that's like missing a leg or something. Because eventually I got to take my shirt off and she's going to say, oh my God, what about your love handles? I'm like, what about your stump? Huh? Why don't you hop on over here and lick my balls? Huh? It makes it even. It's okay. You want somebody even. You don't want somebody that you're like, looking up to, and I can't afford a perfect looking woman anymore. I just want someone to take me as I am.
How old is your fiance?
She is 33.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a childbearing age.
Yeah, childbearing age.
Kids in your future?
Yo, right away.
You think that's the right thing to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's what I've always dreamed of. I was a stepfather for 5 years. The best 5 years, best gift Roseanne gave me was allowing me to be a stepfather, helping me get sober, but allowing me to be a stepfather. Forget about the show business stuff, because she's tried to take that back every day since then.
Right.
She never gave me, that's why I never took any alimony, which people think I got all this money. But then again, I never knew she was going to go on Saturday Night Live and say I had a 3-inch penis. If I know that, I would have taken the $50 million I could have got. But it did lead to my best joke, which even a 747 looks small if it lands in the Grand Canyon. And, you hate to make jokes like that, but I just...
When is the last time you talked to her?
Honestly, one time in 16 years. We've been divorced for 16 years, and our friend Howard Stern called my hotel. He goes, "Hey, Roseanne's on the show," and I always want to make peace with people. I mean, I don't want to hang out with them, but I'm grateful to her for saving my life and for all this other stuff. And so I said, okay. Next thing I know, 45 minutes later, I'm standing on top of my bed in my hotel room, yelling, "You effing bitch, you're so crazy," because it just went back to where it was.
Sure.
And then I hang up the phone, and it rings, and it's my friend. "Are you okay?" I go, Did people hear that? He goes, "I'm on the 405, which is a highway to L.A. Everybody has pulled their car over." It's like when Howard was on terrestrial radio, and I was like, "Oh no!" So apart from that, we haven't spoken. I'll see once in a while she'll say something. She calls me and my best friend, she says Arnold, sociopaths, and then she'll call him a Nazi. And I had my assistant call her. Assistant said, if she does that again, he's going to sue her, and he cares about that, and he will get that $50 million. You think you're in trouble now? You mess with him on that.
I thought Schwarzenegger, you call him a Nazi.
That's his thing. I mean, he will sue your ass.
Nazi?
Yes. Yeah. He will sue you for that, and he will win.
Yeah.
And he is not to be messed with in that area. She could call him an idiot. She could call him whatever, but that's one area that he cares about. So, but she is so freaking crazy. I mean, I feel sorry.
She's gone off the deep end. I mean, she's removed herself from the entertainment business, kind of, I think.
Yeah.
And has gone on to I'm going to speak my mind on the internet.
Well, she thinks that people think that her political views are important. When I met her, she was the funniest person I'd ever seen.
Right.
I was 23. She was making $400 a week. I was making $3. We worked together before she was famous. And I said, man, she is going to be huge. And
you're right.
Yeah. And she said, well. But she said, being from Iowa, I didn't, size of a woman is not if they're nice to you and big, fine. But if they're crazy and stab you and big, not good. But I knew she's gonna be talented, and then she blew up, and then whatever, and then but she thought I was funny. So that made me feel like that's the sexiest thing ever a woman could do. Like if you know they're good and they feel good about you, or they think you're a good person. I was like, wow, I really like it. So, but we stayed friends for 6 years, and then finally in '89, she said, we should take this to the next to level. I said, well, do you feel that way about me? And she said, yeah, give me 5 years, get my kids together, get my show together. I said, no, I think when we get married, it has to be forever.
Right.
And and literally 5 years to the day, she filed for divorce. So,
really?
So, but he gave me, like I said, I got to be a stepfather, which is awesome. The kids needed it. I needed it. And she was also going through her, after we worked on my, addiction stuff, I got to help her with her multiple personality stuff. And, the day I found out that she cheated on me with the bodyguard I'd hired was one of the happiest days of my life.
Right.
But I will tell you what I did. A guy from National Enquirer called me and said, Ben and Roseanne, I was still filming there in Sardinia, and they were holding hands. And I had to see it myself, so I called my brother, Chris. I go, let's go over there with me. I said, we'll land in Rome. You have to land in Rome. We'll get a bodyguard, and then we'll fly over to Sardinia. And I just want to see it myself. And then, he's a big kid. He's like 6'5". I sent him to Israeli bodyguard school, so I knew he could... I just want to know she's going to be taken care of. So I land there, and we land Sardinia. 3 cars pull us over. They got machine guns. We're outmanned. We got one guy with a gun. That's a captain of the Rome Police Department. They take us right up to her villa. He's up there, and I said to her, are you effing Ben? And she looked down and said no, but I knew it was true. And I swear to God, the weight of the world went off my shoulders. Like, I knew he would take care of her. But I also... went up to him and had to man up on him.
Yeah.
He was scared. He was younger, bigger, but he was scared to death. I mean, people were scared at that time.
I bet you when you get mad, you get crazy.
Well, I do. And their guys had machine guns. So finally, my cop said, and I said, you know what? Let's stay here in Sardinia. Let's rent a boat. Let's have a vacation now that that's over. And so we stayed there. We stayed there, and then on the way back, my guy, the very machismo, he's like, a woman does not cheat on her husband, and we can do something to her. I said, no, don't do anything to her. She go, we can do something to him, and I go, no, because. I go, what do you mean? We'll plant drugs on him and he'll be in prison for life. I said, no, she want to reconcile. And then I was like, I was thinking about it. What could you do for 10 grand? He goes, a little something. So I got pictures at home. After the end of their vacation, they flew for Sardinia. They landed in Rome. 10 cops come down on them. They strip search him, anal cavity search. Oh, I got pictures of the whole thing. They make him miss their flight. They're fighting. They rough him up. Pardon my language. They rough him up. And I thought, well, that's good enough. That's what you get for messing with your boss. He worked in a donut shop when I hired him. So
wow,
that's what you get.
Listen, I thought this was just like a couple of comedians breaking up over some bad times.
Yeah, man.
You've got guys in machine guns.
What a ride!
I know.
You're flying into Rome with an army.
He was scared because I was a little crazy. Like, people were scared in Hollywood.
Right.
They tell, because when I first came on the show, I could see that people were taking advantage of Roseanne. She didn't even get created by credit on her own show, which is about her own act. In Hollywood, there's a rule of stuff, and I was a term writer, and I was a writer. And the reason I moved up so fast is because I said, I'm going to protect you, and I would. And if they didn't get it, if they didn't get the, hey, this is her show, this is, then I'd have to say, listen, I am going to beat you either get it or you're going to get some Iowa justice. And people were like, he is so crude, but it worked. And I also told her no. And that was my main job. Like, I hired Judd Apatow, gave him his first job.
Really?
I gave Norm Macdonald the first job, Chuck Lorre his first job. I found all these writers I thought were funny. Taught him to write the form of a script and gave their first jobs. And I said, you have to respect her. Then she would say to me, I want to win the lottery. And I said, no. This family does not win the lottery. Your next show, you can win the lottery. And so that was tough to say no, because she'd get all mad. The day I left, they won the lottery. The show went in the crapper.
It was the worst thing that
ever happened.
Worst thing that happened that show.
It was her show.
Right.
All I wanted to do was stay true to her vision.
Right.
The one Emmy she won, she read a speech at her dad's casket that was the same one I read at my mom's, which was why she was mad, and my therapist said, right, why you were grateful. And I'm like, why would I be grateful? She left me when I was 4. I realized I'm grateful because she left when I was 4 because my dad wasn't an alcoholic. My dad was a good dad. My dad, so it made it okay. So I had to read that speech. She won that, but then Then she started wrestling Steven Seagal on the train, and everybody's like, Tom Arnold was the bad news of the show. But since then, every head writer said it was the best job they've ever had, and that I would say when I hired them, listen, I read your stuff. I want to hire you. In about 2 years, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to have to let you go, but I'm going to take care of you financially, and I know that one day I will be let go too. Don't take it personally. And they say none of them regret it. Chuck Lorre has still got a bit of a heart on. He said, he apologized to me one day at my house. He goes, I need to make amends to you. I go, why? He goes, because I've been bad-mouthing you too. And he's created 2 1/2 Men and Big Bang Theory and a bunch of other shows. I've been bad-mouthing you to everybody in this town for 13 years. And I'm like, oh, great.
Thanks,
I didn't even know how to write. But then, like a year later, last spring, CSI traded writers for 2 1/2 Men. He wrote an episode about a crazy sitcom star whose drugged-up boyfriend is trying to kill her. And basically people are saying, well, that's about Tom Arnold, which I'm trying to fight that thing, And I said, Chuck, why'd you do that? I said, I had my heart camp kids at Warner Brothers, and people, instead of asking me about ER, we did the last episode, they're asking me about this stupid show you wrote. And he goes, hey, when they asked me if it was you, I did not say a word. I said, that's the problem, Chuck. You could have said, you know what, Tom and I are friends. I know him now as a person, and you could have protected me. I said, if you ever do it again, I'm going to have to hit you in the throat. Right. my sponsor would not let me hit him in the throat the first time. He's just one of these guys that doesn't. He's worth $500 million because of Roseanne, because of Brett Butler, because of Sybil Shepherd, because of all these quote unquote crazy women he was forced to work with.
Right.
Not true. You know, so I even felt sorry for the Roseanne, you know, because, and he goes like this, it's an amalgamation of all the boyfriends that are with famous people. I go, name me one other boyfriend, name me one that was with a famous woman. And he could not name. Obviously, I'm the only one that still works.
You are.
Yeah, so.
How many movies, Tom?
70.
80 movies, 70 movies. And this weekend at Captain Brian's.
Most importantly, it's going to be an awesome comedy show. Come down. We're going to have fun. We'll take some pictures. You guys will hang out.
Yeah, I'm going to come.
And we'll go to that club.
Me and my wife are giant fans of not the person, but the show.
Oh, okay. I love that. I love that.
We were like, do you think Tom would mind if, we came down and started asking him questions?
No, I love it.
Sandra Bernhard.
I can tell you so many
come they
inside.
had to match you with Sandra Bernhard? Could your wife at least do you a favor?
Well, I was it was the writers. I mean, I could have controlled that because she was a lesbian. She knew she'd never go for it. But after we shot the pilot, we kind of went out and I was holding hands with Laurie Metcalf.
Right.
You know, we were kind of drunk, and this is the old days. And Roseanne the next day said, don't do that. I go, what? And this is what I did know she liked me. She was hold hands, Laurie. Writers do not fraternize with the actors. It's a rule of Hollywood. I go, oh, is it really? Oh, okay. Because I didn't know the rules of Hollywood. I was smiling. But it was because she liked me. All she had to do was say she liked me.
How about John Goodman?
John Goodman, great man.
Looks like it.
Sober. Now I was worried about him because he got so big, and we were doing something together next month. I love that guy. It was hard for him, believe me. Sometimes some of the shenanigans, he would just, have a case of beer and start pounding the walls. Brilliant actor. Laurie Metcalf, brilliant actor. Estelle Parsons, who won an Academy Award for Bonnie and Clyde, brilliant actor. Sarah Gilbert. I still see everybody except Roseanne. And, I got many, many stories. Shelley Winters, when she was a grandma, oh my God. Shelley Winters started doing a scene from A Patch of Blue where the N-word is used when we had Sidney Poitier visit.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, oh my God, she is Roseanne.
That's called edgy humor right there.
It's just crazy time. It's crazy time. But it was an opportunity to work with the best people, the best actors to learn. I learned how to act from John Goodman. I can't say enough.
Well, look at what's happened now. I mean, how many years after the show is off the air? If between you and Roseanne, who is more respected? Who is more successful?
Yeah, it's you, Tom.
Who's more likable?
It's like
you.
Well,
I mean, people love you.
Well, people are nice to me. And she broke ground. She created something groundbreaking. I'm so happy for her. In 1985, when she got to go on Johnny Carson, and Johnny motioned her over, every comedian's dream. I knew because I got famous by being with a famous person, which is the biggest sin ever, to be with a famous woman.
Sure.
And by the way, if it made your career, Larry Fortensky would have a whole construction company right now. It doesn't. But I thought, well, I'll never get that. But I got so many other opportunities.
Right.
My first movie I ever did, first scene, Dustin Hoffman, a movie called Hero. I had 5 scenes with him. We were in a movie theater, me and my Rosie and my stepkids, and the previews came on, and they were basically my whole part, the 5 scenes.
Right.
And I looked up there, and I was like, wow, that's my moment. And the kids were like, Tom, yes, so good, you're so good. It was really my moment. I didn't get the Johnny Carson, Seinfeld moment that everybody got, but I got that, and it made it. And then True Lies saved my career, obviously, which we filmed here.
What happened to Jamie Lee Curtis? It wasn't that long ago. True Lies, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
She was so hot in that scene. No. Now she's like a grandmother.
No. She can be hot in a second.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
She chooses to look old.
Yeah, she insists on looking older.
Really?
Her boobs are still awesome.
I insist she look back the way she is.
She will.
She's proven a point.
In 13,
She is.
She is proving a point. But in 13 months. She's going to dye her hair back.
Yeah.
Arnold's going to dye. Arnold dyes his hair every week. It's orange. I believe me. I'm on it. I'm on his ass about it. But Jim Cameron and I, and people, Avatar, by the way, best movie I've ever seen, comes out December 18th. It's not going to be called True Lies 2, but it's the same characters.
Okay.
Eliza Dushku, by the way, played Arnold's daughter. She grew up pretty well, you know. And the guy that played Faisal, Grant, is George Clooney's partner, Grant Heslov. There's a lot of little ancillary things. Bill Paxton, we're doing a movie together and before this one. But anyway, we're all getting back together down here in Florida. And we're going to do another movie. And you may not call it True Lies 2, but when you watch it, you're going to think...
Tom, you better come back down in here.
I'll be here.
Come back down to Florida. You better come back down
Trust
to
me,
us.
this is my first time through. I'll be Captain O'Brien's making a lot of money. Captain Jack or whatever the hell.
Captain O'Brien's House of Wings.
Don't forget to see Tom Arnold and Friends this weekend at Captain Brian's Off the Hook Comedy Club.
Yeah, come and ask me questions. I'll hang out with you.
It is 389-6900 for tickets or Off the Hook.